Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Integrative Health Coach Success Podcast. Happy to be with you all today to discuss a topic that I think may be on a lot of coaches' minds and they're not sure who to ask or how to kind of think about it. It's something that recently came up in a personal conversation of mine. So I want to touch upon it today. And it's why I actually think health coaches will matter more in the age of AI. Okay, so if you're thinking like, is AI going to make me obsolete as a health coach? My answer is absolutely not, and why I think that's the case. So we're going to kind of dive in. I recently had a conversation with an acquaintance of mine who was thinking about doing health coaching. And she was like, I think I don't really want to do it now. I'm worried that like AI is going to make it less of a need. And I kind of started to think about all the ways that I think that's untrue. And I want to share them with you. So let's dive in. And here's kind of how I want to frame this. Okay. If a client, you might be thinking to yourself, okay, if a client can upload their labs into AI and get personalized recommendations in seconds, why would they ever need a health coach, right? I mean, that thought maybe has crossed your mind. Someone may have said it to you. Oh, you're investing in health coaching, but like now that AI can do this all for them. I will tell you that I've had a lot of clients show up to health coaching meetings and tell me that they've already put their labs into AI. How come they still come to the meeting? How come they still meet with the health coach? Okay. And I want you to kind of pause and, acknowledge, right, that AI is getting smarter. Nutrition information is everywhere. Lab analysis is becoming automated. Health advice is more accessible than ever. Okay. Those are all true. However, what if AI doesn't make you obsolete? What if it actually reveals the real value of health coaching? Okay. AI is not bad. AI and health coaches solve different problems. AI gives you information. Health coaching is what provides and supports the transformation. Okay. The information revolution is here. It's been here though. Okay. So we have had health information for a long time: books, Google, podcasts, social media, and now AI. So the information has always been there. It's just evolving in accessibility, and information has never been more available. Yet obesity rates remain high. Chronic disease continues to rise. Stress and burnout are more common and there than ever. And people still struggle with follow through. Okay. If the information alone created transformation, wouldn't everybody already be healthy? If you can Google anything and you can put things into AI and get feedback on what the labs mean, wouldn't people be getting healthier if the information alone created change? The problem was never a lack of information. For some people, it is the education and the information. The lack of that has been maybe holding some people back. But if information truly, was the problem and the lack thereof, then people would be getting healthier now more than ever. And that's not true. So why is that? AI can analyze data, but coaches are the only the only intervention that can understand humans and human behavior. AI can analyze lab work. It can review food logs. It can create meal plans. It can summarize research. It can suggest supplements, right? But can AI understand why someone's not following through? Can AI understand why someone's abandoning their goals? It cannot. It could give some analytics maybe as to why that might be possible, but it's not going to get someone through emotional eating, fear of failure, fear of success, perfectionism, identity struggles, all the things, all the behavioral changes that we've discussed on this podcast. That is what holds people back when they have information, right? A client might know exactly what to do, but why aren't they consistently doing it? This is not something that AI can change, something that AI can support. The key takeaway here is most health challenges aren't knowledge problems. They are human behavior problems. They are follow-through issues. They are consistency issues. They are belief system issues. And health coaches are the people that can intervene. I actually think that if you position yourself to be really good at understanding all of these behavioral and mindset issues and asking questions, you become extremely, extremely important in this information age, right? You can take all the information and analytics and help somebody in change, that you can help somebody get from point A to point B. You become the asset to AI when you can do all of this. So I believe that accountability is the missing ingredient. Okay, this is why my personal training clients continue to show up year after year after year. They knew how to do lunges. They knew how to do step ups. They understood how the programming worked. They understood that if they ate this, their stomach flattened, and when they really went off the rails in over a weekend, that their scale went up 2 pounds. They saw all of this. They knew this. Why did they keep coming back year after year? Why did I have clients for 4, 5 years? Why do I still have the same health coaching clients now? Because the accountability mattered so much more than the information. Okay. So clients already know they need to eat more vegetables, or they need to sleep more, or that exercise consistency matters. And they know they need to manage their stress, right? If knowledge were enough, why aren't more people succeeding? Because AI doesn't know how to help someone when they're afraid to make changes, to understand why they're starting and stopping after 20 diets, why it happened when they were 12 years old, what happened when they were 12 years old, and how did that create a learned process around using food for comfort. AI can't help troubleshoot or walk them through why they sabotage themselves every time they get close to success. AI can't hold their hand and hold them in a container of understanding why a lot of their lifestyle factors are now creating a harder environment for them to change. There's so many things that AI can't ask the right questions, create some vulnerability and a container where they feel safe to talk about all of the things that have been holding them back. Okay. The value of a health coach is in accountability. The value is in consistency, in your check-ins, in your encouragement, in staying the course during setbacks, in really helping them to understand that what they are seeing for setbacks is within their control. And again, it's building these relationships. AI can give a plan, okay? Coaches help clients follow through on that plan. If the plan was the problem, the right plan was the problem, you see it all the time. You've given a client a plan, but they don't follow through. Or you give a client a plan and they still struggle to execute it even with you there, right? So if AI just spits this plan out, now they're left to do it on their own, okay? The information is not the problem. If it was, people would be getting healthier already without you. Okay, and so if we think about what AI can't do, right? And what health coaches are good at, we've talked about asking questions and active listening, right? Coaches can hear what isn't being said. If you get really good at listening, a good coach will hear what isn't being said, right? The client says, I've just been really busy and that's why I haven't done the plan, right? But if you're a skilled coach and you understand human behavior, you're going to hear, okay, there's overwhelm, maybe there's avoidance, maybe there's fear, maybe there's shame, maybe there's lack of confidence, right? The active listening, the intuition, a lot of coaches naturally have intuitive listening skills. They're empathic. You can understand pattern recognition, emotional intelligence. Great coaching isn't about having the right answers. It's about hearing the deeper questions. It's about hearing the deeper needs that the clients have because of the patterns that you're seeing, right? Maybe it's every 4 weeks, your female client gets really overwhelmed and down and just thinks that the plan isn't working and isn't sure about how she's going to, execute A, B, and C. And you start to realize, okay, maybe this is a hormonal pattern. Or every time work gets really stressful, all of their healthy habits fall to the wayside. Okay, that is an overwhelm issue. How can we help a client deal with what needs to be managed from a lifestyle standpoint so that continuing eating healthy habits isn't overwhelming, right? What are the beliefs there? So this is what AI will never be able to do. It will never be able to ask the right questions, create that container where a client can be vulnerable and you can help them kind of unravel and uncover some of the patterns and belief systems that have been holding them back, right? Transformation happens mostly through relationship. This is true in our personal life. This is true in health and wellness. The power of human connection. People change when someone believes in them, when someone sees their potential, when someone celebrates small wins, when someone helps them get back up after failure. The real work of coaching is often identity change. And we crave that as human beings. Even though we're adults, okay, when you want kids to change, what do? You instill belief in them. You help them see their potential. We are just big kids. I truly believe that. Yes, like if we do a lot of work, we become evolved, but we all want the same thing. Our hearts are still the same. Our minds and our souls still like to know someone believes in us. They still we need hope. We need to see the potential in ourselves. And sometimes that starts with someone else seeing it in us first. Maybe it's a client who no one's ever told them they believe in them, or they've never seen their own potential because no adult in their life has ever seen it for them. Okay. So again, this is what AI can't do. This is how human beings change, helping clients move from an identity of I'm a chronic dieter to I'm someone who's always been healthy, or I'm always starting over to I keep promises to myself now, or I feel overwhelmed to I am capable. Helping them shift that and doing it in real time with real circumstance, with real emotion is something that artificial intelligence will never be able to do. It's artificial. We have internal, real intelligence, the ability to relate to human beings and their emotions. Coaches help people become someone who can sustain the actions that it takes to get the results that they want, right? Clients don't just buy information, they buy partnership, they buy relationship. That is what we want our clients to kind of continue to see in us is a partner in their health. Okay. So the coaches who are going to thrive in the AI era, I believe, are going to understand that there's a shift happening in the industry, right? The future belongs to coaches who can excel at behavioral change and helping clients bridge the gap between knowing and doing, right? Communication, they can ask powerful questions. Emotional intelligence, they understand resistance, fear, and motivation, and how the human being is motivated, right? They understand accountability and how to create structures that support consistency over time. They understand the importance of relationship building, helping clients feel supported and understood, right? The coaches most at risk aren't the ones using AI. They're the ones who actually only value information. AI, you can use it to your advantage. You can take all of the work out of the information and put all your work into everything that I just named: the behavior change, the communication, emotional intelligence, accountability, building the relationship. Okay. Embrace AI as a tool rather than fearing it as a competitor. It is not your competition. AI is just more sophisticated information that's always been there, but it hasn't inflicted change yet. It won't be the only thing that has come into the picture. Just because it's getting more artificial and more intelligent doesn't mean that it's going to take over all of the things that a coach does for a client. Okay. So I want you to consider, what do you provide that goes beyond information? Okay, what are all of the things that you do that AI can't? What are all the things that you do that aren't in spitting out information or even analyzing data? Okay, how do you help your clients create transformation? Where are you uniquely human in your coaching? Okay, and how can you use AI to enhance your coaching rather than compete with it? Do not try to compete with it. And the way that you supplement it is to do something it cannot do. Okay. The more the information becomes free, the more transformation becomes valuable. People have more information. They need to know how to channel it into transformation. And that's where you come in. Okay. People don't hire coaches because they need more information. A lot of people actually have too much information at this point. Okay. They're hiring coaches because they want support, accountability, perspective, and partnership while trying to create the change they know they need to. They don't need more information necessarily. That is abundant. Yet they are still seeking out coaches. And why are they doing that? They might need less information. They might need to simplify the information. Okay? Don't focus on being the smartest coach in the room. Focus on being the coach who helps people do what information alone never could: change their lives. Okay? That's what we are all passionate about doing. You can still be the person that changes lives because you have perfected, or not perfected. I don't love perfection. You have really honed your skill at listening, at creating accountability, at building relationships, at listening, at asking the right questions. Okay. That is what's going to set you apart in the age of AI. Okay. Super important to really, again, understand that this is not a competition. You do not need to compete with AI. You do not need to compete with AI. You need to use it as a supplement for you to continue to refine your skills at understanding human behavior and supporting clients through change. Okay, I hope you found this helpful, insightful. If it sparked more questions or more topic ideas, please feel free to reach out, comment below. Would love to know your thoughts and if you have more things you want me to elaborate on. Thank you so much for being here, and really enjoyed another episode of the Integrative Health Coach Success Podcast, and look forward to being back with you all soon.